YouTube channel. Today we will discuss about catchment area. We came to know about terminology of catchment in previous classes. So as relation with that terminology, we are discussing about catchment area in brief. So what is catchment area? Here is the question first. As land is not leveled everywhere, the topography consists of plain land and mountains. Rainwater from mountain top of highland flows on slope. This flowing water accumulates on the plain area is known as catchment. Okay, we can have an recent example of a guy named uh, Langi Bhuiya from Bihar who have worked to dug up a canal to bring water to his village. So what were the mechanism there? The mechanism was there about related to creating an artificial catchment so that the water can find a path to a specific way, so he can bring the water to his village. So size of catchment area should not be so small as well as big. It should be about 10 to 20 hectares in size of river basin, as you can see in the picture. Okay, then how we select catchment area? How we select to make a catchment area, that is are summarized in this point. Catchment area consists of river basin or a source stream. It can span a huge area. The size should not be small or too big. Small catchment area is not beneficial for storage. It should select such that minimum 5 villages are benefited. Remember that point, that must be 5 village. Minimum 5 villages should be benefited by your catchment. Okay, objective of catchment area development are, as you can see, to make uses of land which is not in use, to stop soil erosion, to store rainwater which is wasted, to bring maximum amount of area under irrigation, to promote plantation over barren lands, to make available drinking water for all. Then what can be done under catchment development? As I am discussing about an artificial catchment creation, about that brave person who dedicate to his 20 years of works, like the man behind the path. We can know about him that we can know him as Maji. So let's get on the point. What can be done under catchment development? Developing counters in an level, developing a small dam, constructing small lake, constructing a bund, leveling a land under catchment area, plantation of trees surrounding the area. Then what solution can be solved? What solution can we have by developing a catchment area? That is are summarized as you can see. Crop pattern according to the category of land, intercropping, multiple cropping, plantation on slope, controlling water flow and floods, increased moisture of soil. Then what are the effects of soil erosion? Erosion occurs in the steppes, formation of streams, landslide, changes in course of river flow, expanding the river banks, excavation of the land during water flow. So erosion are the interruption of catchment. So it is the major point to be highlighted. That's why we discuss about soil erosions. Okay, things we consider about catchment. that is natural resources, wind, sunlight and vegetation type, local and social problems, topography of the area. That factor should be considered to develop a catchment area. Beneficiaries who get benefits from catchment area, that's are agriculture as well as barren land, villagers, domestic animals and cattle, forested areas, areas under plantation. So, as we discussing about soil erosions, so what are the causes behind soil erosion? That's are summarized as, if we can summarize as in point as steep slopes, landslides, floods, uncontrolled flow of water. Due to erosion, nutrient in soil is also lost and permeability of soil also lost. So to counter this type of erosion, what type of structure should can we can create, we can develop so that this erosion can be very minimized? That are the some examples and some methodologies are discussed in this point. That is Vasant Bandhara type of dam, Vasant Bandhara type of dam, small check dam, Gavian type check dam, lake, cemented bonding small dam, nala bonding, counters marking. Images are as given to the next slides. This is the counters. Here we can see from the picture that if heavy flood condition or heavy rainfall condition if occur, then the runoff can find its path by these counters. So these counters may be most helpful to counters the soil erosions. Next point হচ্ছে Vasant Bandhara. This was built in 1972 and this is not more than height of 1.5 to 2 feet height foundation base, and the images are shown as here. So what can we do, what can we done by this Vasant Bandhara dam? We can disturb the flow of water, so can the force of water can be mobilized throughout the path. Check dam. Here also the interruption, we can have this picture and you can see that as water are flowing from upper slope to lower slope, upper portion to lower portion, a slope has been introduced, so that if in extreme condition on the upper side, if the water velocity is predominant and is very dangerous, so it can be counters by this creating this type of slopes. So the velocity of water interrupted and some of the energy, most of the energy of the water dissipated throughout this slope, so can the casualties can be mobilized. So check dam are introduced as a slope on the path of water flow. This type of nala bonding also created to disturb or as well as store the water. It is constructed along the path of water flow, so that the velocity of the water or the path of the water interrupted and suddenly water flows from a height, so that much amount of water are captured here and has been used in various purpose when the rainy season gone. So this type of catchment area are introduced. This type of artificial catchment area are introduced to mobilize the failure of catchment. Okay. The lake construction is one of the greatest uses of catchment, and this lake stores uh, a huge amount of water. So in barren land area, this lake water can be used in irrigation purpose when the rainy season gone. So the catchment area or catchment methodology is very much important to deal with. As well as a cemented dam can be introduced to mobilize most of the soil erosion where the soil is sandy and the soil particle and a tendency is present there that soil particle can be washed out by the velocity of the water. So this type of small cemented dam are introduced. So here we can see in the when rainy season gone, the irrigation is not interrupted at all, and we can have desired vegetation from this irrigation land by the help of catchment area. So we are here to end our lecture for today. We will discuss something more important, something more interesting topics on the next class. Thank you.